Hello students, hope you are all safe and at home. So today we are going to learn a new chapter by the name The Storyteller. Okay, so which was written by Saki or H Munro. So at our home, the story who will be our storyteller? Obviously our mother or grandparents. Okay, so let us study in this chapter who is the storyteller. So before we go to the lesson, let us know about our author Saki, that is H Munro. Hector Hugh Munro. So I said H Munro, right? So the full name is Hector Hugh Munro, who was born on 18 December 1870, and he went away from the world on 14 November 1916. Better known by the pen name Saki. So his pet name was Saki. So people used to know him by the name Saki. And also frequently as H Munro. He also known as H Munro and also as Saki. And he was a British writer whose witty, mischievous, and sometimes macabre stories satirized Edwardian society and culture. Okay, so he was a wise person. In his writings we can see the clever things, the mischievous things, and also the things which will represent the death, the horror deaths. Okay, so and some of the books has provoked the Edwardian society and culture. Okay, so he is considered a master of the short story and often compared to O. Henry and Dorothy Parker. So he is a beautiful story writer. He writes short stories and he was influenced by Oscar Wilde, Lewis Carroll and Kipling. He himself influenced A. Milne, Noel Coward and P.G. Wodehouse. So these are the people with whom he was influenced by. So under them influence, he short stories, and this short story has written by Hector Hugh Munro. He also known as the Saki. Now let us see the storyteller prose. We'll see what is there in this chapter. Okay, so let us start the story. It was a hot afternoon and the railway carriage was correspondingly sultry, and the next stop was at Templecombe, nearly an hour ahead. So imagine yourself that you are traveling in a rail train, okay, and it is very hot afternoon. In summer holidays you will travel, no? So imagine that you are traveling in summer time and it is very hot afternoon and you are sitting in the railway compartment, okay, and it is very too hot and the train is moving. The next stop is Templecombe. The name of the next stop is Templecombe, which will come after 1 hour of journey. So after 1 hour of journey, the next stop will come. That next stop name is Templecombe. The occupants of the carriage were a small girl and a smaller girl and a small boy. So in that compartment there are three people, that is a small girl, a smaller girl and a small boy. Three children are there in that compartment. An aunt belonging to the children occupied one corner seat, and the further corner seat on the opposite side was occupied by a bachelor who was a stranger to their party. But the small girls and the small boy emphatically occupied the compartment. Okay, so in that compartment there are three children, two are girls and a boy. So along with that children, an aunt is there who is the mother of that children. So they are sitting in one corner, and towards the other corner one bachelor boy is sitting, and he is the stranger to that family. Okay, stranger means an unknown person to that family. Okay, so and this children, so you might have seen in the trains and all, so children cannot sit at one place, they will become bored, right? So therefore what these three kids are doing, they are emphatically occupying the compartment. Wherever they want, they are going there, they are making noise, they are not sitting at a place. Both the aunt and the children were conversational in a limited, persistent way, reminding one of the attentions of a housefly that refuses to be discouraged. Most of the aunt's remarks seemed to begin with "do not," and nearly all of the children's remarks began with "why." The bachelor said nothing out loud. So, these kids are roaming around in the compartment, they are sitting on the benches, they are moving around, so they are having the conversation with that aunt. Okay, so with that lady, so their mother. Okay, so they are having the conversation, they want to do something, so but that lady is saying no, don't do that, do not do that. So many of the sentences were ending up with the negative things, like do not do that, don't go there, be seated there, she is instructing. But these kids are not listening to her, they are asking that lady that why I can't do this, like how the children will do, no? So if we say don't go there, they'll ask why I can't go, I want to go there. So exactly opposite of what elders say, they do that, no? So these kids are doing that. Okay. Do not, Cyril, do not, exclaimed the aunt as the small boy began smacking the cushions of the seat, producing a cloud of dust at each blow. So, the name of that boy is Cyril. Okay, so when he started to hit the questions, okay, so he started to hit the benches of the cushions of the seats, then there was a huge dust in that. So when he hit it that cushions, so much dust was coming out. So for that the aunt said do not do that. Okay, she exclaimed. Okay, so she stopped him to do that, because for his every hit there, for every blow, there was so much dust coming out of the benches or cushions. Come and look out of the window, she added. So to divert him from the hitting the cushions, so what she did, she is diverting his mind by saying come and look at the window. Okay, especially children, while they travel in the train or buses, they like to sit at the window seat, right? So therefore the aunt is saying that come and look out of the window, she said. The child moved reluctantly to the window. Why are those sheep being driven out of that field? He asked. So, when she diverted him to come to the window, he came very hesitatingly. He did not wanted to come to the window, but because she is saying he came to the window, he came out, he came towards the window seat and then he sat there. Now he is asking the question, why are those sheep being driven out of that field? So he sees that from one field the sheep are being taken out of that field. So by seeing that, he is asking the question to aunt that why those sheep are moving out. Okay, they are driving out of that field, why they are taking out the sheep from that particular field. Okay, so it is a speciality of the children that whatever they see, they ask a question. So too many questions they will ask, no, why it is like that, why it is not like that. So too many questions they ask, no? So like the same thing, the child Cyril is asking the question, why are those sheep are driven out of that field, he asked to the lady. I expect they are being driven to another field where there is more grass, said the aunt weakly. So, children will ask some of the questions which we elders are unable to answer, right? So, see, the man is taking the sheep out of the field. So, why he is taking? We cannot say that answer from while sitting in the train, right? So but still this kid is asking the question, right? So she have to answer. So what she is answering, she's answering that in the another field there is a grass which is very good. So therefore the man is taking the sheep out of that field. Or she said it weakly. In a lower voice, soft voice, she said that answer. But there is lots of grass in that field, protested the boy. So he sees that the field in which the sheep were there is a lot of grass in that field. So the boy said, already there is so much grass in the same field, then why they are taking to another field? And there is lots of grass in that field. So when the boy protested, he said that already it is there in the same field, then why they are taking to another field? So there is nothing else but grass there. Okay, and there is a lot of grass in that field. So the aunt is saying that, so in the other field there is much more grass. Perhaps the grass in the other field is better, suggested the aunt fatuously. So when he said that in the same field we have so much grass, then why they are taking to the another field? For that, aunt is saying that, so in the other field the grass is much better compared to that field where the sheep are. Compared to that, in the other field the grass is very good or better. She answered flatly. It is stupid, like grass in any field, grass will be like grass itself. So sillily she said that the grass is better in the another field. So for that, boy is asking, why is it better? Came the swift inevitable question. So in the other field, why that grass is better in another field? Why not in the same field? He asked in a soft voice. And you might have seen the children. So if you answer one question, they will start to continue asking questions. Okay, why is it like that? If you answer them, then from that answer they will make up some another question. So like that, the boy is asking the questions to that lady. So, oh, look at those cows, exclaimed the aunt. Nearly every field along the line had contained cows or bullocks, but she spoke as though she were drawing attention to a rarity. Okay, so the aunt wants to divert the mind of this boy, okay, because he is asking question, why is it better in the other field? To divert the mind, what this lady is doing, she is saying that, see, look at the cows in the field. Okay, so as if some new thing she has seen. Okay, so to divert the mind, she is saying that look at those cows. Okay, every field has the cows and bullocks, and she is exclaiming that as if she have seen the new thing, because she wants to bring the attention of the boy towards some other thing from the grass. Why is the grass in the other field better? Persists Cyril. Even though the lady tried to divert the mind of the boy, but still the boy is at the same question, that why the grass is better in the another field. So boy Cyril, okay, he was still on at the same question. The frown on the bachelor's face was deepening to a scowl. He was a hard, unsympathetic man, the aunt decided in her mind. So, on the other side, one bachelor was sitting, as I mentioned earlier. So, on the other corner, the boy was sitting, who was stranger to this family, right? So when this boy was questioning her so much questions, so that lady thought that this man will be very hard, he will be unkind, and she thought that he is getting bored because of this kids, because they are making noise. Okay, then they are stabbing on the benches, they are asking too many questions, not sitting at the place. So the aunt thought that the other boy will be very displeasure because of this. She was utterly unable to come to any satisfactory decision about the grass in the other field. She was not able to get the answer, what answer she have to give to that boy so that he will stop asking questions. She was not getting what answer she have to give about the grass, about why the grass is good in the another field, so that the boy cannot ask further questions. The smaller girl created a diversion by beginning to recite on the road to Mandalay. The another girl, okay, so we have a small girl, smaller girl, and a boy, right? So to divert the mind of the boy, that is Cyril, that smaller girl, she started to sing a song, that is on the road to Mandalay. So she only knew the first line, but she put her limited knowledge to the fullest possible use. So that small little girl was knowing only one line, that is on the road to Mandalay. So therefore, whatever words she was knowing, she just said all the words. She put up all her knowledge to divert the mind of Cyril. She repeated the line over and over again in a dreamy but resolute and very audible voice. So she repeated that line on the road to Mandalay so many times as if she is diverting the mind. Okay, and also she was repeating it again and again in a loud voice so that he can get diverted. It seemed to the bachelor as though someone had a bet with her that she could not repeat the line aloud 2000 times without stopping. So the boy, the stranger, okay, are sitting at the corner thinking that somebody has bet about that girl that she have to repeat that sentence some 2000 times, so therefore she is not stopping. So it means that the girl has repeated the sentence on the road to Mandalay so many times. However, it was who had made the wager was likely to lose his bet, but the person who bet about she will repeat 2000 times, so he will fail because the girl has stopped at the a few minutes. She repeated and then she stopped saying that song. Okay, come over here and listen to a story, said the aunt. So now this three kids are too much diverting, too much making noise. So therefore it is enabling the aunt to manage them. So what is she saying? She's saying, come and sit here, I'll tell you the story. Kids will like story, no? So therefore she, to control them, she is asking them to sit at one place so that she can say a story and they can listen to her very silently. When the bachelor had looked twice at her and once at the communication cord, so the bachelor boy looked at the aunt twice, two times he see her, and then at the communication cord. Okay, so see, if the kids are making too much noise and you are alone, then you will see that no, why this aunt is not making their kids to sit silent. In that weird way the people will stare at you, no? So like that the boy is staring at the lady. The children moved listlessly towards the aunt's end of the carriage. Evidently, her reputation as a storyteller did not rank high in their estimation. So, then when she asked the kids to come to the corner and said she will say a story, so the children moved towards the aunt corner and they sat there. But she is not a remarkable storyteller. Okay, so not everyone can say the story, right? So only few people can say the story with that essence of story. Okay, so if say somebody is saying you the comedy story, then with that essence they have to say that the other people should laugh. So she was a not great storyteller. In a low, confidential voice, interrupted at frequent intervals by loud, petulant questioning from her listeners. So she is saying the story to small kids, right? So for every sentence she is saying, these small kids are asking questions and they are disturbing her. Okay, so for every question, so they are asking the questions. Okay, I'll say you the story. So for every story there will be a there will be a sentence, right? Once upon a time. So for that, one kid asked, why every time once upon a time, why not two times? Okay, like that some naughty children will be there, no, so they will ask the questions like this. So these kids are like that, for every question, every sentence they are asking some questions. Then she began an unenterprising and deplorably uninteresting story about a little girl who was good and made friends with everyone on account of her goodness, and was finally saved from a mad bull by a number of rescuers who admired her moral character. So what story she was saying is, she was saying a very uninteresting, boring story of a little girl, okay, who was good. So the girl was very good and everybody was friend of her. So because of her goodness, so people saved her from a mad bull, okay, mad ox has fallen behind her. So therefore number of rescuers saved her. Why they saved her? Because of her good moral character, because she was good in nature. So therefore the people saved her.